Venerable Maria Teresa González Quevedo was born in Madrid, Spain on April 12, 1930. Teresita Quevedo was a difficult child and the youngest of 3 children, born into a wealthy Spanish family. Teresita was a bundle of happiness. Everyone loved her. She was pretty as a picture, but terribly self-willed. Like many parents, Teresitas were near despair over her temper. But fussy, volatile Teresita was destined for more. But for the little one, her first Holy Communion was a decisive turning point in her life, and those around her could not fail to notice a difference. After her first Holy Communion, Teresita became ever more humble. She took correction much better, and she never willingly missed daily Mass. From that moment on, she was a changed girl. As she received her Lord for the first time, little Teresita made a sort of consecration to Mary, promising to offer all of her little sacrifices as gifts to the Blessed Mother. Teresita began attending Our Lady of Mount Carmel Academy run by the Carmelites of Charity. Although Teresita had a repugnance towards books, she worked hard to overcome herself, and she became so exemplary a student that she was much sought after by the other students for help in their studies. She naturally excelled in art, and in particular drawing, and this artistic sense extended to the way she dressed. She even received an award for being the best dressed. A few years later, 10-year-old Teresita was on a school retreat when she wrote out her life's resolution. She wrote, "I have decided to become a saint." But for all of her devotion to Our Lady and a desire for holiness, Teresita remained a high-spirited child and often got into trouble at home and school. In short, Teresita was fun. She was beautiful and talented and popular and a bit mischievous. Her desire for holiness didn't make her awkward, and her love of the Lord didn't make her dull. Even her motto, "Mother, may those who see me see you," didn't make her bland or uninteresting. Teresita understood well that holiness is being fully alive, fully of yourself for the glory of God. So the girl who longed to be a saint was elected best dressed in the class, became captain of the basketball team, and loved to watch bullfights, loved dancing, was excellent at tennis, and was well loved by all. But for Teresita, it was love of the Lord and His mother that really mattered. As captain, she inspired her teammates to do their best in order to honor their school and Our Lady, leading them to attend Mass, pray the Rosary, and consecrate themselves to Mary every day during the season, which ultimately led them to winning the championship. From her early childhood, Teresita had been passionately devoted to the Virgin Mary. She loved the Blessed Mother so much that when she heard of Saint Louis de Montfort's total consecration to Mary, she had asked the priest about it, but the priest had explained to her that she had already been living this consecration because of the great love she had for Our Lady. As Teresita approached her senior year of high school, she became aware that Mary was drawing her to belong to Jesus in a profound way. Just before Christmas, the most popular girl in the school approached the superior of the Carmelite order and asked permission to enter. And so at just 17, Teresita Quevedo left behind a home and family and pretty clothes and tennis rackets and dance cards and bullfights to become a bride of Christ. She threw herself into the life of the convent as she had thrown herself into a life in the world. Though the extroverted little saint struggled mightily with the silence and long hours of prayers expected of her, she offered all of her successes and failures to Mary each day to be purified and given to Christ. On the day Teresita received the habit, she took the name of Sister Maria Teresa of Jesus and made a vow never to commit a deliberate venial sin. Only 2 years after entering Carmel, Teresita received a premonition that she would die soon. But rather than being afraid, she was overjoyed at the prospect of going home to heaven. Not long after, Teresita contracted tuberculosis. She suffered terribly, refusing painkillers even for spinal taps so that she could unite her sufferings to Christ. Finally, on Holy Saturday in 1915, Teresita's eyes cleared, her face lit up, and she called out her last words. "How beautiful, O Mary, how beautiful you are." Venerable Teresita Quevedo stands as a witness to God's power to transform the most ill-tempered and to capture the hearts of the most beautiful and popular amongst us, as well as the lost and the broken. Let's ask her intercession for young people who are afraid to give their hearts to Christ because of what they might lose in the world. Venerable Teresita Quevedo, ruega por nosotros.